our rail drill, and this is our punt technique. We're teaching punt footwork in a controlled setting. Everything that we do drill-wise, we try to make it as individualized as we can. We try to break it down so it's one-on-one. We don't want a whole lot of team stuff. That'll be when we start talking about our schemes and stuff like that. This is our punt protection is a modified traditional punt. You're not kick sliding all the way back, but they're setting on the inside shoulder of a guy, and they're punching with their hands, and they're separating, and they're releasing upfield. So what these guys, the way we have it set up is on the 10-yard line. We have one team there. There'll be a punt team guy up, which is the blue cone, and then there'll be a look squad guy of punt return, and he's going to give 3 hard steps upfield, and he's going to start to bend inside. This punt guy's going to kick back, as you see here on the 10-yard line, and he's going to go ahead and punch, and he's going to release upfield. And what we want them to do on this, as they set inside on the inside shoulder, they're going to punch and they're going to release. All right, and they're going to rip through the inside shoulder of the guy they're blocking. When they get their hands on their punch, they want to redirect for 2 steps. We always talk about a 2-step redirect, and we want to get them off of their path, because we feel that with our punter and our snapper, we can get the ball off in 2 seconds or less. And that's hard to go 10 yards and through a person in 2 seconds or less unless they got unbelievable track times and stuff like that. So, that's all we're teaching. We really emphasize releasing through the line of scrimmage. So they're going to start with facing the sideline. The punting guy's going to start facing the sideline square. His inside leg is up, but his shoulders are square to the line of scrimmage. He's going to kick about 3 yards deep to the inside shoulder of his man. His hips will open on a 45 when he gets ready to strike. He'll separate and release and rip upfield. The punt rush, again, is going to take 3 hard steps up the field and start to bend towards the block spot. They'll give the guy their chest. We're not going to try to kill each other on this. All right. The next drill we do is a coverage drill for the punt team. It's our net drill, is what we call it. And whatever your formation is, your base formation, is how you're going to run the net drill. And the way we teach it is that the first 2 guys down are ball guys, and they're screaming ball, 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 ball. All right. Typically for us, it's these guys here because they're not protecting; they're just taking off and releasing through. We call these guys our tackles. Then the next guys down are going to start yelling alley, alley, alley. And typically those are our ends. Okay, they're going to run down. They're yelling alley, alley, alley. Excuse me. The ball guys. All right, the first 2 guys down are going to cross the V of the neck of the returner. All right, they want to cross his face to get him to stop his feet. It's a hard thing to teach, but they've got to release through, and they're going to let that returner go as they run down during the net drill. The next guys, again, we got all these cones set up. So the next set of cones are going to be 3 yards outside and about 4 yards back from the ball cones. All right, 3 yards, and it's a little bit different than typically going 5 by 5 all the way through. 5's a little easier, but I want those guys tighter so that guy can't make somebody miss and get upfield. So those alley guys are screaming down the field, alley, alley, alley. They're going to set up at those cones, and they're spill players. So if they miss their tackle, they're missing it the same way those ball guys do. If this returner works this way, he's going to make it bounce outside. We want them running east and west. The next set of guys down are yelling force, force, force. That cone is out 5 yards outside the alley cone. And typically that's our guards. Again, if somebody falls down, then the next guy out replaces them. And then the last guys are our shield guys, and they're yelling contain, contain, contain. They're getting outside. As this ball works this way, in this direction, he's going to make it force inside. All right? And the PP and the center are running down. They're going to the ball. And the punter, after he kicks it, he's yell the direction of the kick, and he's going to head up the ball. So if the returner goes this way, he's going this way and keeping it in front of him. All right, the actual drill, the way it goes, so the returner's running this way. This contain guy will keep it inside. The force guy will spill it. Alley guy will spill it. Ball guys will both spill it. And then as the ball works away, this alley guy has to fold back and tag off. We'll fold back and tag off, fold back and tag off. Again, the PP and the center are going straight to the ball, and the punter is keeping that thing headed up. Again, everyone should be tagging off his back hip except for this contain guy to the front side. We'll run the return both directions, and we'll go from there. It's a pretty simple drill. We don't like to use it a whole lot because it's an on-air thing. You're running everything on air, so we don't want to have them just running down and spread the net. To me, the ball is still the issue. You know what I mean? They got to be able to play off with their returners. They can't just run to their cones. Yeah, we got to keep width in the return and all that stuff. But the bottom line is the ball is the issue. They got to get to that ball, and they got to head it up and make a tackle. And I think that's where we were really successful. Those guys bought into it. We had an average punter. His average hang time was about 3.9, but with this scheme, our ends and tackles, we always had 4 gunners, so we were able to get down and make a play. The issue that a lot of high school coaches will face with this is that the long snapper has to be able to protect because it's a man protection inside. Not going to really talk a whole lot about scheme, but just kind of talk about how this drill helped us out. So